Hey ladies, this is Kim Bukta. I'm doing another video today. Again, if many of you haven't been around for some of my other videos, just giving you a little overview, I am a physician assistant in orthopedic trauma. I don't do women's health or primary care or OB. I just have developed an interest in women's health just because I'm going through this perimenopause, menopause transition, and I was really struggling to find a lot of information out there, and I figured I'm struggling and I'm in the medical field. I'm sure the general population is struggling even more. And again, it's so hard to figure out what actually we should be doing because everybody is telling us to do 5,000 different things. So I feel like I just wanted to kind of go through and research the data and try to figure out what we should be doing. And that's kind of the point of these videos. So again, I'm not your provider, so I'm not providing you medical advice, but I'm giving you my opinion on what I'm doing and what I have researched on what is beneficial for women to be doing as we age. Today's video is going to be on supplements. So I feel like this is a really confusing topic because there are so many supplements and so many people trying to sell us supplements. And it's a big money market of everybody trying to make a buck on what they can sell women. And we all want a quick fix and we want to feel good. So we're willing to spend the money to buy these things. So I feel like this can be a tricky one. And I want to kind of break it down into the supplements I think everybody should be taking. And then there's a couple extra supplements that if people do want to spend more money, they can do and try, but I don't think they're necessarily that they have to be taking these. So first supplement that I think everybody should be taking is creatine. Creatine is a very well-studied supplement. It is studied about as much as caffeine, so well-studied, very safe. And I know everybody hears creatine and they think bodybuilders, and I'm going to bulk up and get too big with taking this, and that's not the case. Creatine is something we naturally produce in our body, but women don't produce enough of it, so that's why we need to take this as a supplement. This helps us with, building muscle, which again, we've talked about so much. We need to build muscle as we age. That is the new thing that helps keep us strong, keeps us living healthy. So again, this is going to help us with that. It also helps us with recovery as we're doing our workouts, and there's some neuroprotective effects. So there's a lot of study going into neuroprotective and Alzheimer's prevention, which again, we want to take creatine to help with that. I would recommend, again, some of the neuroprotective studies are saying higher doses, but I wouldn't do that yet until they get more data with that. So I feel like 5 milligrams is the dose you want to take daily. You don't need any loading doses. That is more for the weightlifters when they do these different loading doses. So you just start at the 5 grams per day and you just take that daily. If one of the bigger side effects can be bloating. So if you do get bloating with it, you can split the dose into creatine monohydrate that I take is called Creapure. Creapure has less bloating just by how it's produced. And I have not had any problems with bloating with taking that. And I just got that on Amazon. So again, it's Creapure. So that is supplement 1 that we should all be taking. Next supplement is a vitamin. We need to be taking vitamin D. And this one is important. And I see this one a lot in my field just because everyone's coming in with osteoporotic fractures and everybody has low vitamin D levels. So I feel like it's very hard for us to get vitamin D in our diet. And almost everybody is vitamin D deficient if they are not taking a supplement. So you need to take a vitamin D supplement. What vitamin D does is it gets calcium into your bones. So you need this to, build bones, maintain bones. So we need this supplement. And it's 1,000 to 2,000 international units of vitamin D3 daily that you want to take. This one I think you can just get at Target, Walgreens, CVS, where you guys shop for your normal vitamins. I don't think you need to do anything special for getting your vitamin D3 supplement. Again, it's vitamin D3, 1,000 to 2,000 a day is the recommended dose. And with doing that, I also think everybody should get a vitamin D level checked by your primary care provider or your OB just to see where your level is, because even taking that daily dose, you may still be low on vitamin D. And where we want women is around 40 to 50 nanomoles per liter. So you want around a 40 to 50 level is kind of your ideal vitamin D level, just for those optimum benefits. So if you're low, your primary care provider or whoever ordered the test should be able to help you figure out how much extra vitamin D you should be taking. And again, the goal is to get that level between 40 to 50. So again, vitamin D3 or creatine. Next is calcium. Calcium is one I'd actually recommend people get through their diet if they can, just because there's not a lot of long-term data on taking, calcium supplements long-term, if there's any calcifications with, vessels or arteries. Again, it's not to say that it will do that, but they just don't have a lot of research. So if you can get your calcium in your diet. I just think it's just better for you just because that's more natural that we've been doing throughout time. So I feel like if we can do the calcium through the diet, it's just better. How much calcium you want to be getting daily is 1,000 milligrams of calcium daily. Now this one, if you do have to take it as a supplement, if you have some kind of lactose intolerance or dairy intolerance, then you need to split that dose. You can't take all 1,000 milligrams at one time or you won't absorb it. So that one you should split your dose for calcium to absorb it. And again, it's 1,000 milligrams of calcium daily. The vitamin D, you do not need to split that dose. You can absorb it all at once, so you can take that dose once daily. Next supplement is the omega-3 fatty acids. So again, there is a lot of research out there that this one is beneficial. Again, some of the neuroprotection, heart health, lowering inflammation. So I feel like omega-3 fatty acids, again, is another one that's well studied that women should be taking. And they're saying about 2 to 4 grams per day. And if you can get it in through your diet, that's great. That would be the fatty fishes like, tuna, salmon. You can get it in flaxseed, chia seeds, walnuts. So you can get it through your diet. It's just a little bit harder to do. So that one I do take as a supplement. And that one I would recommend actually spending a little time, going to a wellness store that's local or, a community pharmacy. These local pharmacies and these wellness stores, research the products that are like clean products that are safe to be taking. So I feel like it's worthwhile going to one of those versus just buying it off Amazon for your omega-3 fatty acids. But again, I feel like that's kind of another one that we all should be taking. So again, that's it. Just 4, creatine, calcium, vitamin D, and your omega-3 fatty acids. Now, there are other supplements that I've done some research that do seem to be beneficial, but I feel like the studies are still coming out on, is it for sure that you should be taking this? There's just, it's promising data that's coming out. So I feel like collagen is one of those ones that's promising that it can have benefits for, your hair, your skin, your joint health. I think it's one that you can take and spend the money on if you have a little extra money, you want to do it, but it's not one that you have to take. I think the one confusing thing that I hear a lot of ladies talking about is they think collagen counts towards a protein for their daily protein allowance to help build muscle or maintain muscle. Collagen does not do that. It is missing one of the amino acids, so it is not a true protein. So it does not have the daily protein that you need for your muscle maintenance or your muscle building. So you can't include this for your daily protein if that's what you're trying to use the collagen for. So I just feel like I hear a lot of women talking about collagen and using that as their protein source, and it's not a true protein. So don't let people fool you. You can't take collagen for that protein building. You can take collagen, like I said, for the skin, joint, hair kind of benefits. And again, that there's more data coming out that it can be beneficial, and it's collagen peptides is where the data is coming out that can be beneficial. It's 10 grams to 20 grams per day that they recommend. And again, I take it just because it has fiber in it. So I feel like that's my fiber boost. I just add it to my coffee in the morning when I'm making my lattes. So that's why I use collagen. And again, it's not for my protein. It's just because it has fiber. And I'm like, oh, hey, if it helps the skin and the hair, we'll try it out and see if it does any benefit. I just started it like a month or 2 ago, so I haven't noticed anything crazy yet. But again, there's promising data with that one. The next one that I don't think you have to take, but many people like to take, is magnesium, and it's magnesium glycinate, and it's around 200 milligrams per day that you can take. Again, you get a lot of magnesium in your diet, again, with your fruits, your veggies, with your whole grains, beans, legumes that have magnesium. So where some people like to take the magnesium supplement is it does help sometimes with sleep. So using it at night for sleep, I feel like, or muscle cramps. Like I had a lot of leg cramps when going through this perimenopause transition. So it definitely helped with my leg cramps. So again, it's not one that I think you have to take, but I feel like it's one that a lot of women going through this menopause transition do take, again, because there are some heart benefits and some sleep benefits. So you can take that 200 milligram dose a day if you would like to, but again, not when you have to. And then the third one, that's again kind of been more of this boutique-y supplements that you definitely do not need to take, but I am very interested in this one because the research is very promising for this one and being beneficial. It's called urolithin A. What urolithin A is it's something that our gut microbiome actually produces naturally. Unfortunately, we all have such unhealthy gut microbiomes that only 30 to 40% of the US population actually produces this anymore. So we all used to produce this when we had healthy guts, when we ate pomegranates and raspberries. And what urolithin A does is it gets rid of the old mitochondria or the dead mitochondria. And what are your mitochondria? So mitochondria are kind of your powerhouses of the cells to kind of, keep you full of energy, keep you younger, keep you like living longer. So mitochondria are important in your health. And again, this urolithin A is good because it gets rid of the old mitochondria so that you can have the new healthy mitochondria come in. So nowadays, almost not many of us produce that anymore. So this is a supplement that I find, like I said, interesting. It's just very expensive. So I have not started taking it yet. I was going to kind of wait to see as more data comes out if this is one that people find beneficial, because it's almost like $100 a month. So the one company that I see actually has randomized controlled trials on, human studies is called Mitopure. And again, it's more expensive, but it seems very promising for people taking it. And like I said, having good benefits for, like I said, energy and just, feeling better. So again, it's Mitopure and it's urolithin A. And again, I'm not taking that one yet. I don't think anybody needs to buy that one, but if people want to spend a little extra money on a supplement that's promising and has, some randomized controlled trials in humans on being beneficial, that would be one you could consider. So again, that's kind of my overview. It's not as many supplements as you think. So really, creatine, calcium, vitamin D, omega-3s. Those are the ones we should be taking. The other ones, like I said, you could add into the mix of things, but I feel like women need to kind of not be spending hundreds of dollars every month on all these different supplements. You should kind of keep it simple for you. We have so many other things we're trying to figure out with our proteins and our diets and everything else. We don't need to add a ton of extra supplements. Again, these are the ones I have researched and these are the ones I am taking. So I just wanted to share that with you. Ladies, if you like these videos, I hope it's helpful. I'd like you to like, share, subscribe. Again, I'll try to keep making a video a week of just topics I'm learning about as I'm going through this transition. And again, our goal is just to stay healthy, stay active, and be strong as we age. And that's kind of the point of these videos. So until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks.